Hey, this is Grant Luna with Fidelity National Title, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to build lists of distressed real estate properties for free using Fidelity National Title Passport. And I'll also show you how to get this list of distressed properties into Fidelity Total Farm. This will allow you to interact with that data through things like ringless voicemail campaigns, targeted social media ads, and much more. So first things first, you will need a Fidelity Passport account to get started. It is a free account. There's a link in the description for a setup guide. You can follow along with that guide, create an account, and then follow along with this video. So once you have your account, how to build a list of distressed properties is navigating to lists at the top of the page up here. From here, Passport will have you build the list that you want to export. So how you can do this is by first coming over to this menu and selecting the area that you'd like to build this list for. In this case, I'll choose city, but you can also choose around a radius of an address, drawing your map, etc. And also be aware as you're building this list of this right side menu over here. As you're choosing different criteria of things like cities or property type or distressed criteria, the total count of properties will dynamically change, allowing you to see how many properties that you'll be exporting with that file. So I'll start on the left side over here. I want to build a list of distressed properties in San Pedro and Rancho Palos Verdes. So how I can do that is first, make sure geography is selected. It will usually be selected first. So I'll choose city. Next, this drop down will appear with different cities that I can choose from. So what I can do is scroll down a bit and look for the cities that I want to include in this list. So I'll choose San Pedro here, press add after each city. Next, I'll go to Rancho Palos Verdes and select add. And like I said, after you add criteria, we've added these two cities, it's going to tell you the new number based off this current criteria. So it's just something to be aware of as you're building these lists. So next, maybe I want to look specifically for single family residences and condominiums. So what I can do is select property. This will give me a new drop down with different criteria that I can choose from. So I'm looking for a property type drop down right here. So this is the one I want to choose. So I'll choose property type. Next, I'll move down to residential, but be aware there are other property types you can choose from, such as commercial. So I'll choose residential. Next, this other drop down, I can choose single family residential and press add. Like I said, this is going to dynamically update with this new total each time. I'll also choose condo and add. And now as you see, I have San Pedro, Rancho Palos Verdes, single family and condos right here, 27,000 records. So lastly, in this case, I want to find a list of distressed properties. In this case, that might be people that have some form of financial distress. So it could be they're behind on mortgage payments. So what I can do is either click delinquent taxes if I'm looking for people that are behind on their property taxes. But in this case, I'll build a list of pre-foreclosure properties. So I'll choose pre-foreclosure. By default, yes will be selected, and I'll press add. And now, based off this criteria of San Pedro and Rancho Palos Verdes, single-family residences and condos, properties that are in the foreclosure process, there are 37 properties that meet this criteria. So now for free, I can access this data from Fidelity Passport and use it however I'd like. So to show you how to export this data, what I'll do is show you how you can actually export it and import it into Fidelity Total Farm. Like I said, once you have it in Fidelity Total Farm, you can really easily interact with that data through things like ringless voicemail campaigns, targeted social media ads, print marketing, and more. So how I'll do that is first make sure I can export this data from Fidelity Passport. So once you're happy with this search here, what you'll select is next in this menu over here. And what you'll want to do before exporting this data and downloading it to your computer is pre-formatting the file format. So how you can do that is by selecting Export Outputs right here in the middle of the screen, and then moving over to this drop-down menu right here where it says Select a Template. I'll choose that and I'll select Farm Tool. This will give the file that you're downloading from Fidelity Passport a set of columns, which makes it much easier to import it to Fidelity Total Farm. So how you can go about downloading this file is now, after I've selected Farm Tool, is coming over to this menu on the right side of the screen and selecting Get Now. This pop-up will appear basically just telling you the file format, so it'll be in a CSV format. Just leave everything here as is and click Download. You'll be taken to this page here. This will show you all of your previous searches. The one that you just created is going to be at the top of the screen right here. Here's that list that we just generated. So now I just need to download this to my computer. So what I'll do is select View List right here. Next, you should see that file right here. So that's that file that we just created, those 37 properties. So all you need to do to download this to your computer is just click the file name. This should now allow you to download files to your computer. So I'll just name this pre-foreclosures. Next, we'll navigate to Fidelity Total Farm. You'll also need an account to be able to use this feature, but this is a free account also, and there's an easy to follow setup guide in the video description below. So now what I need to do is get the file from my computer into Fidelity Total Farm. So how I do that is once I'm signed in, I look at this import button at the bottom right of the screen right here. Click import. Next, you'll click browse right here. Find that file that you just downloaded to your computer and just upload it by clicking this upload button. Next, you should see all of the columns that exist within your file and some sample values for that column. This is having you do your best to match the file itself, but you don't really need to worry about this at all because we pre-formatted the file within Fidelity Passport. So all you need to do on your end is in this templates dropdown, click where it says new template and choose farm tool layout. Now all of these values down here will be automatically matched for you. So all you have to do is scroll to the bottom of the screen and select process. So now this farm will be in your account with the homeowner data that you want to be interacting with. So now you could take advantage of some of Fidelity Total Farm's features, such as ringless voicemails. So what I can do is click this share button at the top right of the screen, and I can click ringless voicemail to take advantage of that feature, or I can go to Facebook, Instagram ads to launch targeted social media ads or other features that are available within Fidelity Total Farm. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to see all of the things that you can do within Fidelity Total Farm. It's a great application to add to your real estate business.